What's going on, boys and girls? It's your boy Lazy Lightsaber back at it again for another one, fam. So today I'm going to talk about Microsoft. They actually just purchased Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion. And I want to talk about specifically StarCraft. What does this mean for StarCraft? Is this good or bad? Because StarCraft is a game that I grew up with. I mean, I have the original games that I bought when I was younger for PC. So it's definitely something that I've played for a long time. I don't really make content on it, but it's a personal pleasure of mine. So let's get into the video and discuss what this could mean for StarCraft going forward. All right, guys, so before we jump in and get started, don't forget to shoot your boy a real quick like button if you're enjoying this content, and you can also follow me on Twitter at lazylightsaber and lazylightsaber on TikTok as well. So I'm gonna read to you what was posted on the Wall Street Journal in regards to this purchase. It says Microsoft Corporation has agreed to buy Activision Blizzard Incorporated in an all-cash deal valued at $68.7 million, using its largest acquisition by far to grab a video game heavyweight that has been roiled by claims of workplace misconduct. So we all know what has been going on there with that portion of the business. Very sad and very awful for those people. And I hope that this is a saving grace for those people. But to pivot slightly to the first claim of StarCraft, I want to go ahead and see what this means for StarCraft. Where did StarCraft leave off as of right now? As of this moment, where is it? Well, the last thing that we got, besides the original ones that came out back in the 90s, was StarCraft 2. That's pretty much where it stopped. I actually re-downloaded this game on my Mac. Since I don't have a PC anymore, I can't play this one anymore, but I do play my Mac version from time to time. And that's the version that I use currently, which is working really well on this MacBook. But that's kind of where we're left at. There really hasn't been a lot of motion towards this game in regards to a sequel like a StarCraft 3 or another StarCraft or another expansion pack. It's kind of been really dead in regards of news for this game. There was supposed to be a StarCraft movie as well at some point that was supposed to come out. Now, a Warcraft movie did come out. I actually was okay with it, and I've actually never played Warcraft. A lot of people dumped on the Warcraft movie. I enjoyed it for what it was. I wasn't expecting it to be like movie of the year or anything. It was entertaining. I had fun watching it. It gave me small insight into what the game is, and I know the game is a lot different and there's a lot of discrepancy there, but I enjoyed it for what it was, and I was really looking forward to a StarCraft movie, which that kind of never took off. It kind of died off, or it never just went anywhere, which sucks because this would be the kind of movie that you would want to come out, or at least a series of some sort on Netflix would have been great, like a cartoon series or a movie or like an actual people series or some type of movie would have been great for this type of game. So I'm kind of disappointed that didn't happen. But as far as video games, let's go ahead and dive into that portion of it to see where we're at and where I wish we could go with this. Right, so for my first thing, it's gonna be the bad side, or the dark side, if you will, of what may happen with this. Because you run the risk of this being an Xbox exclusive game going forward, which would suck for me, especially me, because I use Mac now, so I wouldn't be able to play this. Hopefully it will be on some type of like PC Game Pass type thing that I can subscribe to play this game. But that is a real thing that we need to look at, because now this would be specifically a Microsoft exclusive game. There was a game called Starfield that was bought from Bethesda, I believe. When that purchase happened, that game was supposed to come out on multiple platforms, but then later in 2021 of E3 of last year, it was confirmed that it was going to be an Xbox exclusive, which only makes sense. I mean, they're buying this for $70 billion almost. Probably they're going to make these games exclusive to Microsoft. So there is that portion of it, which may suck, and what that means, you know. So if you have a PC, I guess that really doesn't change for you because it's Windows and that's Microsoft, and you'll still be able to play it. Will this be something that can come to console? And will that make the experience worse? Because StarCraft is a type of game that you would play on PC or on a Mac, which requires mouse and keyboard to enjoy the full experience. But there were games such as Command and Conquer that came out on console. I don't remember specifically which one, but that style of game came out on console. And then there was also City Skylines came out on the Switch and on the Xbox One on Game Pass as well, I think. So those are games, strategy-like games that require mouse and keyboard that have made their way over to consoles. And the experience isn't as good as it would be on a computer, but it's not bad. I've actually played City Skylines on my Switch, and it's not a bad experience. I actually had fun with it. It's not the best, but it's not horrible. Now, that being said, if they do release it on PC and it's exclusively to PC and Mac gets no love because it's Microsoft, then that would suck. I wouldn't be able to play that game, and it would suck for a lot of Mac users that do play StarCraft. So I think that would be the worst case type of thing, which I think unfortunately is what's going to happen. Because why would you buy this huge, portion of games and titles and exclusive IPs and not make it exclusive for your specific console? It would make no sense. So I could definitely see them going in that direction. Now there's more money now poured into it, and that's a good thing, right? Because that would mean more games. Maybe we'll get a StarCraft 3. I mean, if I love StarCraft, so for me, if a StarCraft were to come out, I would find some way to get a PC up in here just to run StarCraft 3. And how cool would that, and how awesome would that be, and how much better would that game be? So there's pluses too, which that's one of them. And that StarCraft movie, maybe now that Microsoft is involved, they'll push that forward and make that a reality. So I think this can go both ways. There could be positives and there could be negatives. And I think we're just kind of stuck waiting to see kind of what happens with this whole thing. There's also the problem with the CEO of the company who's been in turmoil this whole time, and rightfully so. What's going to happen with that portion of it, I honestly don't know. And there's other games like the Call of Duties and Overwatch and all these other titles that have games now that are going to be exclusively to the Xbox. So it's very interesting on how this is going to go down and how this is going to play out. I'm definitely keeping my ear to this and see where this goes. I'm hoping this will mean more StarCraft. Unfortunately, even if it means it's exclusive, which would suck, hopefully it will mean just more StarCraft in general for the masses, because we all need additional pylons or supply depots required. So that would be an awesome way to just, come in 2023 with the new StarCraft. Will it happen? We'll see. But anyways, just wanted to spread that kind of news onto what happened and the whole StarCraft take, because I see a lot of people talking about, what's going to happen with the company, what's going to happen with this, who's getting paid what. Well, how will this impact us gamers, and specifically StarCraft gamers? We've kind of been left to this fringe kind of space where it's like, StarCraft is over here and everything else is over there. So it's kind of messed up. So hopefully a lot of that can get rectified and we can get a new StarCraft 3 game. Definitely up for that. So we'll see where it goes. But with all this StarCraft talk, I'm going to go ahead and jump into some StarCraft now. It's reignited that bug. And as always, guys, don't forget to subscribe. If you like my video, don't forget to hit that like button as well. May the force be with you. You guys take care.